You guys, it seemed like, in the second half there, you were up by a lot, but every time they cut it down to 10 a couple of times. And you guys seem to have an answer at the other end every time. I mean, did that feel like one of the differences tonight as you guys were able to keep them kind of at arm's length?
Yes, that was just a big emphasis for us as the defense end in the second half when we were away from our bench. And I feel like today we stepped up to the plate, accepted the challenge by the coach, and we showed up on the defensive end in the second half, really for a whole 40 minutes.
What was the challenge that the coach gave you?
Just being more talkative down there. When we talk, that helps our defense switch and communicating, and we did that today.
John, how much motivation was there for you going into this game where you played well against them the previous time, but you were limited to 19 minutes in that game? Like, how much of a feeling coming out of that game was there of like, hey, I could have done more, but there were factors kind of outside of my control that prevented me from doing that?
It was great being there to play this home game, just coming back for blood. They got us there last time, which we felt like we should have got them there. And we just came out the hungrier team. We wanted them more. We followed coach's game plan. We play hard. We play Pitt basketball.
Does this feel kind of like, does it feel like you guys have kind of hit a reset, in conference play? You guys struggled in the early part of the year, but getting Jamarius, you came back on the floor, and now you picked up a couple wins. Does this feel like a different team now than the one that you started with?
Yes, definitely. But we just got to keep stacking wins. We can't get complacent about this win. We just got to keep stacking wins on the left side.
Jamarius, when you guys lost John for most of the first half, how did you guys maintain the lead? I mean, you guys established a lead, went into halftime, seeming in control of the game.
Yes, for us, we just executed. We executed better, and we talked more on the defensive end. I feel like when we do both of those two things, we give ourselves a great chance. And we did that in the first half when John went down. We were able to maintain a lead going into halftime.
What did y'all take away from the first matchup against them? I mean, it was only 10 days ago, so it's probably still pretty fresh in your minds. What did y'all take away from that game that you think benefited you today?
For me, it was mostly just the communication in the defense. If you look at last game, they got a lot of easy points, whether that was transition and ones, getting the ball in the zone, picking us apart. But today we picked up, I think we went mostly man-to-man, and we just were communicating better. And I think that paid like a big difference from game 1 to game 2.
Right, as an order guy, do you feel like a kind of responsibility to lead these guys, not just what you do on the court, but off the court and talking back and forth with them?
Yeah, I think for me it's just being positive at all times. I've been in this position before my freshman year, so I feel like the biggest thing I took away from the seniors at that time was that they were always positive. They were always encouraging us to be better, and I feel like that's one of my biggest roles, and I feel like each and every day I have to bring that to this team.
John, what did it open up for you, having Jamarius and Femi combining for 30? I mean, Mo gives you 10. What does it open up for you down low when all these other guys are putting up big numbers too?
It opens up a lot, because then they play me one-on-one, and as we all can see, what happens when I get played one-on-one.
What's going through your mind when you see a guy like Williams or any defender down low, one-on-one?
Too little.
What was Mo's energy like? I mean, he got 4 blocks in this game. It seemed like every time he did, the crowd fed off of it, and then you guys fed off of it.
Yeah, I told Mo he got to be that eraser for us. When people make mistakes, he got to come in and erase, and I feel like he did that today, and I am so proud of him.
John, when you're playing the ways you have, and these guys are scoring, it seems like you're finding a place for yourself to continue to be more physical as the game goes on. Mm-hmm. Are you finding that that's tiring out opponents? Is that like something that Jeff's talked to you about how that can wear teams down in late games?
Yeah, just keep going at it. Just follow everybody else. What Coach tells me, just go at everybody, And then once I go at everybody, that puts us all in a better situation because we all can get in the bonus. And then once these guys drop, they get contact at the rim. It's easy free throws for them. So it's just being physical at all times and making a presence inside.
You went from early on in the season when you first got back, kind of tired after a few long ones, but then we've seen you do a few 37-minute games and games like this where you guys are putting together. Where do you see yourself right now with the progress that you've made?
We just got to keep getting better, man. Like I said, can't get complacent about this. Just got to keep working, keep getting better, and just keep doing whatever Pitt needs for us to win.
John, you play basketball like a defensive end rushing the passer. Mm-hmm. The defenders down there, you see them getting tired of getting shoved around and shouldered around by your big body.
Yeah, don't nobody want to just keep getting the chest to their body for the whole 40 minutes. So, like I said, my goal is just wear dudes down and just beat them up inside.
Did you
Guys, how
ever
much?
play?
Huh?
I was gonna ask, did you ever play football?
Yeah, I played football growing up.
Did you? Defensive end, like Jared said?
There's no way to move on from that, but you all, I mean, how much, I mean, even during wins this season, there wasn't a lot of breathing room with them. I think y'all's biggest win before this was 9 points. How much of a confidence boost can this be, where even if y'all know that a win like this is possible, actually seeing it happen, like, what can a game like this potentially do for y'all?
I think it's just a big confidence booster, knowing that when we do what the coaches tell us to do, when we're together, that this type of outcome is possible. And today, you see the results, and we look forward to building on it.
Louisville went to full court pressure there, like towards the end of the game, and you guys didn't turn the ball over at all.
Mhm.
And let's say a team goes to full court pressure the whole game. Do you guys think you can handle that?
Definitely. As long as we keep our composure, make the right passes, the plays in front of us, I think we'll be okay.
You talked about coming out for blood, John. But was there any kind of like animus between you guys, like the trash talk that built up? Maybe something that held over from 10 days ago in the last game, and stuff that happened in this game, like that you guys kind of had back and forth with them?
Not to my knowledge. I just think we're all competitors on both sides.
Definitely.
So today, I can't say tonight we played at 4, but we both were competing at a high level, and when that happens, obviously there's some back and forth. But I feel like both teams kept their composure for the most part, and both teams got out safe, so that's all that matters.
All right, thank you guys.
Thanks,
Thank you guys.